Hey, my name's John Wright. Isn't this cool now? Hey, you know what? This may not be Donald Trump's fucking face, but it is the color of his face when I see it on the internet. And I'll tell you what, I don't know what's going on with him, but it looks like he's melting. Just somebody throw some water on him, make it some holy water, he'll just go, like acid as he hits the ground. Ooh. Hey, and anyway, my name's John T. Wright, and just because you're not, it's okay, because you know what? The Lord died for your sins, and it found out that I'm the Lord that came back in the flesh, baby. And I'll tell you what, God allowed me to sit there and shake the Bible and have a key drop right into my lap. And I walked down to the mill right down here at Camas, the Camas Paper Mill, Pacific, Georgia Pacific. And I walked down from 1007th Street, and the church is just a few houses down from that house. And then we got Young's store, and boy, I'll tell you what, when all this here happened, I went in there and everything was just in disarray in the store, and everybody acted like there was nothing goddamn wrong. And I'll tell you, I seen things back in 2014 that was incredible, and it's true. So you've seen it all here now. And Jesus, aren't you? Welcome to the pumpkin patch. I mean, Jesus Christ, don't you see the pumpkins now? Oh, there's Pumpkinhead right there in front of you, Donald Trump, on the screen of all the internet things. I glanced on, I've seen his face, and it looks like he's having a terrible day. And, like those cemetery stones out there that you're seeing today, you're thinking about Memorial Day weekend. Donald Trump's just going down. He's being buried. He's going 9 feet under. Isn't that fun? Not 6 feet under, but 3 extra feet for good deals, because he done bad deals. You could go, Jesus Christ, John Wright, what he's saying, he's fucking must be the Antichrist. Well, I never ran the world into debt, and I never lied about the women I've been with. And if the women came forward, they would say, well, yeah, he fucked me too, and yes, he did that, and yeah, he did make me feel good. And he's kind of like Shallow Hal. You know that Shallow Hal? Where the guy goes like this, and he sees this woman in the bed, and he goes like this, and she tosses him her underwear like this, and he perceives that it's just a small pair of underwear. She throws him over like this, and the loop goes over his head like this, and he goes, I don't know how you do this, because it's just amazing, but true, And, I feel like the gigolo, the gigolo, he goes around, he makes this feel good. Then nobody can testify against him at the end because they love him so much, of course. And he just made them feel good. It's kind of like me. Oh, baby, I just make you feel good. And I just want to touch your button over and over and over. Do you women know that move? I could do that to you in slow motion, instant replay, live if you'd like.
Meow, meow, meow.
My women love me, and I love my women. Ooh, and I get to meet all these nice women and men and couples and married couples and stuff. And the single women, they smile at me and stuff because I can just relate to people, and I don't care what the age group is. I gave a remote control car. I gave the Lena Machina. Matter of fact, Lena's right here on the Machina. The Lena Machina is right here. And yes, to her, she's going, thank you. She is doing so much better these days, and I counseled her about 6 months ago. I met her, and boy, she was suicidal, and she is not no more, and she's doing wonderful. And I had a race car that I had for her called the Lena Machina, and I think she tuned in, and it made her very happy. And we got backbiters that even are her monitors, and when I talked to her and stuff, they'd say something nasty like, she doesn't care anything about that race car and stuff, and you could see the frown on her face. And I said, you don't know what you're talking about. Do you see her face, what you just did to her? And that's exactly what it happens to everybody. You just don't know what could bring somebody up out of a Great Depression of the day. I'll tell you that one right now. And, you shouldn't be judgmental because, why? Well, you might judge the wrong goddamn person today. Now, wouldn't you? Because if you've judged me, you're in trouble. You know? Now, I didn't judge you no matter what you did. Okay? Now, would you like me to judge you? Because if I judge you, the Holy Father will judge you. Do you understand that one? Well, I just want you to know I'm a very non-judgmental person because the Holy Father knew what you was going to do before you ever screwed up. And it's fun to say it, and it's fun to tell the truth, and I just don't mind telling you. I just don't mind telling you. Now, it's 11:30. You know what? I stayed up most of the night with some of these women right here on Chatterbait, and I'll tell you what, I hanged out with Haley Sparks last night. I didn't talk too much, but I watched her sing and perform, and that I often do, just go in and watch Kaylee sing and perform. But when me and Kaylee gets together, I can't come in every time she's on. I want it to be a fucking treat. So we have to wait, and then all of a sudden we just make the charisma happen is what's going to happen. And what, today's Saturday? Well, you know, it might just happen tonight because it didn't happen last night. And I think last night was Friday night. And Saturday night's when I like to come on the internet and have fucking fun. Me and God's deal was I only have to work and perform on Saturday night. And I made a deal with God a long time ago when this was over. I would only perform on Saturday nights. And that's the night that I want to perform. If I perform any other day, it's because God's got my heart and He's working on me. But Saturday night's the night that I love, and I love to perform. So, you know, like, I don't like people to rain on my parade. I don't like downers and stuff, and God don't like a downer either. So if you're causing trouble out there, God is going to frown on you. Don't be a downer. Get right with what you're doing and become a good person to society and to your neighbors, to your friends, and to your mother and lovers. You know, your mom and dad did terrible goddamn things when you were little, but Jesus Christ, they were humans and they fucking goddamn didn't know better because their parents were goddamn rotten, so they became rotten people too, just like you became rotten people. Or because of the tragedy and everything they put you through, despite that, you made it through it and you picked yourself up because you're damn good people in the hardcore center of you. And for that alone, God Almighty's proud of you because a lot of people go through a lot of things before they get to Judgment Day. You know? Now don't tell me that I can't speak from the heart and I don't speak from God's heart. What have I asked you for to do for me? Did I ask you for money? No. Did I ask you for goddamn help? No. Would I want help from you? No, not necessarily. But if I fucking applied to have rent and stuff someplace, goddamn, I'm blackballed. I'm blackballed from, I'll have to run a fucking background check on you, and all of a sudden they run and I'm blackballed. I can't even fucking get a house or rental, so I don't even want to goddamn hear about it from all these fucking goddamn losers. And they're condemned. They're goddamn condemned. They're condemned not just for me, for being prejudiced on good goddamn people that need a fucking home. You made people fucking homeless, and that goddamn does piss me off. I have a motorhome. My motorhome's paid for. My motorhome's worth possibly $25,000 at least, because I seen one 5 years newer for 55 grand that was like mine, so you couldn't tell me it's not true. You know, there's a lot of things that's true that people like to perceive, oh, that don't have no goddamn value, but it does. People have value no matter where they are, what they are. You don't know who they are. They might be God's eyes looking upon you from a perspective that you don't understand. I mean, remember Terry Shortridge, no, Ernie Tobeck telling me that his family washed their clothes in a river. You know, that fucking hit home with me. Oh, I remember washing my clothes in a bathtub. When I was a little kid, I remember washing my clothes by hand. I remember going to school with wet fucking clothes on and letting them dry on my body, hoping no one would touch my clothes or stuff and notice that I'm wearing wet clothes at school. It really wasn't hard to get away with. I did it all the goddamn time. You could do things if you fucking gotta fucking do it, and I was forced to do every goddamn thing I did all my life. And I'm here today, and I'm here with you. And God, I thank the Holy Father for giving me the opportunity to get out of the mess that I'm in and be here with you today. And not all of this is my sister and brothers and family's fault. God had intended this purpose from me for like a whirlwind of events. And I'm just telling you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You know, at the end of the day, if these people just tell the goddamn truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, it'll be a biblical thing that's gone on. The alphabet murders, the Zodiac, D.B. Cooper, all of this stuff, it's actually biblical. It's the Zodiac, you know, you ever see the Chinese stars and stuff and all that stuff spinning. This is all part of the Zodiac and the stars and the alignment and all that good stuff. And possibly the stars and all these planets aligned back in 2014, about the third month. I mean, the astrologies and stuff could say, well, yes, the planets aligned at that point in time. I think they were talking about it at that point in time, too. There was a lot of stuff going on in my life. I mean, there's a preacher that was on TV, and I'm telling you, they could use hypnosis through the fucking TV sets and stuff, and God could use things like you goddamn, like tools on a person. And he could use it deliberate, and you never know what he could do. He could just reach out and do something with you and use you like a tool. And God will take you to places where you've never thought you'd ever go or be. You know, so I'm telling you, for a fact, if you please the Holy Father, you'll please me, and if you please me, you please the Holy Father, because he sees that you're trying to act out and be correct, and you don't even know me, and I'm just a goddamn stranger amongst you. You know, God would probably prefer me to be a stranger amongst you, to be honest with you. Living in the shadows, always looking to see what's right and wrong, and having justice for the people that are fucking that have less. Why? Because the less need more, and the ones that have more need a little goddamn less, as far as I'm concerned. And God is too, because you should pay your fucking fair set of taxes, and they should quit squawking, because they have so much. When they die, they will never have spent their goddamn money that they've held so dearly to them, that they die clinging in their fingertips. And it's just a sad, pathetic thing. And you know what? Follow me if you hit the like button. I don't want this to be too long, because people don't like long videos, I don't think. But they do like videos that is very, you know, inspiring. You know, you came here to escape reality, because reality sucks, but this is the real reality. The Holy Father has sent his Son to die for your sins, and he's came forward. The Antichrist has been destroyed, and that's what you're witnessing on TV with Donald Trump. You know, but I'm being directed. I'm telling you the truth and the way, and it's the Holy Father's point of view. Now, I'm not looking for the Shariah woman, and I'll tell you what, people have brought this here doll back. I was over there working on the beach, and this is I call this now the Shariah dog. I see a woman walking by, she's kind of looking through. She's probably about my age, you know, attractive woman. People of my age are attractive to me. And she has a smile, she's looking this way as she's walking by, and I know she can probably hear my voice. I acknowledge her. And I acknowledge you out there that's watching. And tell your friends to look in, because this is the real deal, and this is the real time of your life. And don't be discouraged because I'm sitting here lighting up a bowl of weed, because as far as I'm concerned, this sin is less than whatever you guys have goddamn contemplated against me, the Holy Father, and the earth itself, from just polluting it. Jesus Christ. The Holy Father would like to burn everybody, and I say, take some, leave some, and you know what? He's going to make his enemies ashes under his feet. And the Holy Father says to me, you are no match for me, as he laughs at those that are against him. And he tells me he laughs at them, and they're no match for me, he says. And I'm just taking this in because he's telling me what he is. He says, I am who I am. I am the rock, you know, And he's led me here, and I know he's led me here because he's put it in my heart to do so, and he just wants me to sit back and relax because there's nothing I can goddamn do about it because he's in control and I am not. But I could sure as the heck tell you, that's Lena right there. I love talking to her and stuff. You know, I used to just whip in there, and sometimes I'd drop $10 on her, or $5, or a $20 bill, and you know what? There's a few women that I would go in and do that for. Number one, they'd let me speak to 5,000 and 10,000 people, and boy, I'll tell you what, that's the cheapest advertisement I ever done in my life. Just walk in there and drop $20, you know, so everybody else drops $5 and $10 and $20 along the thing. And I said, hey, just drop what you can all at once and let this person just do her show, and don't hold her back, and you're going to get the best show on earth, you know. And I would say something like, you could beat her show, but you can't beat her. No, you can beat your meat at home, but you can't beat her show right here live with D.B. Cooper's son right here. And, you know, everybody understood that I was D.B. Cooper's son, and I was saying Donald Trump's the Antichrist. And during Madeline Jackson's show, you know, all of that last year, 23, man, we had 20,000 people a night, and it was exciting. It was exciting, you know, because here I am just calling the shots on the show, and that people are just tipping, man, tip now, hit now, you know, and I'm just having fun. And I'm flying out of there, and I'm dropping little airplanes and stuff as I'm flying in and flying out, dropping into someone else's website, just going here and there and everywhere, around like 10 different women's websites and stuff, and all of these women welcome me. And it's like over here we have Chloe on right now, and Chloe is the second place winner in the G-string finals, and Chloe isn't even Chloe doesn't take off her clothes. She's a non-nude, but she looks so goddamn gorgeous that she don't have to take off her clothes. You know, some of these women are so beautiful because they take care of themselves. That's the key to it. It's not because these women are made this way. These women take care of themselves because they're performers, for one. They eat good, they work out. It's not by luck or chance that they're this fit. They're just this fit because they do what's good for their body, and this money that they get off their tokens and stuff, they live off of them. This is their bread and butter. This is their money. And no one should be judgmental because they're not parking their ass on the street getting AIDS, getting VD, getting all these other street things there is. Matter of fact, I jumped in over at the store and I bought a couple boxes of condoms because you never know, I might want to wrap that rascal. And I'll tell you what, they're right here too. And I wanted to show you this because, and I don't even have to really leave this, I could just reach down here because they're right here local. And I'm so, you know, where are these things at? God damn, about the time I need them, will I ever find them? Oh yes, well, you know, you never know. You should keep your condoms handy. Now let me tell you something about these condoms. They come in a pleasure pack. Now let's see. There's 3 lubricated condoms. You know, I used to go get the kids' condoms over at the welfare office. You know, you just wheel right in there. My sister Patty got me on that, you know, because she'd go in there and get her kids, her daughters, condoms and stuff, because her daughters, she raised sluts as far as I can tell. I mean, mom goes in condoms, you know, because if she knows better, she knows her daughter will do it, you know, like mother, like daughter. And anyway, and I made those available in the house. I'd just go over there and I'd get a whole bag of them, and I'd just make them available in the house, and anybody that wanted condoms, they'd stop in the house and grab them. They'd just disappear, and I don't know who took them, and I didn't care. But the thing is about these here condoms is over at Walmart, they keep these under lock and key. You have to press a button to get these things. This is bad as alcohol. And I laughed at the woman and I said, you know, this is as bad as alcohol. That's what I said, this is bad as alcohol. That's what I said, this is bad as alcohol. And there's a 3-pack on that one. And I bought 2 because business sense says you always should have a backup, you know, plan in case something happens. You might have more pussy than normal. And that wouldn't surprise me at all because I'm jaunty, right? And I could do it. You know, I'm like the Playboy. I've had 2 and 3 and 4 women in the same day. I am a slut, let me tell you. And it only happened a couple times, and it was revenge sex that I was having against the cheating wife. And boy, did she pay, because you know what? I was sleeping with her and I started calling her the other girls' names. And she'd say, you know, she finally corrected me and said that she's not Trish and her name's Karina. And shit didn't work out after that all the way around. But that's okay. Other women came in, took the place, and this one, that one's gone, and that one, and we replaced them all with new ones, of course. And I'm a super logger. I work for a logging company, and our logging equipment is the Axeman. It's on the Axeman show up in Port Angeles, Washington, the Rygards. And, you know, that little yarder right there, I worked around it and stuff. And you could ask the Nakanos up in Lewis County, Washington, if it isn't true. It's so. They seen me jump off the side of that yarder way up at the top, out and grab a cable and swing down and around it. When the cable was out of the shiv up above, and I went up there and I put the shiv in the main line, and things happen. And anyway, I got out, that one swung down, we got things going and moved that logging show right along, just like they would have on TV. If they could have pulled that stunt off, they would have, but that was live and that was real. And what you see on that show is absolutely fake. It's a TV show for ratings. They only get 6 loads a day, and we got 14 generally. We wanted an average. And anyway, good things happen for those that work hard. Hard work, great wisdom. There's a really nice woman. She walks by here alone all the time, you know, and she smiles and she talks to me, and I know that she just walked by, and I know she looked this way as I was on here, and she can hear me talking. But anyway, you know, I impress a lot of people. I think I impress most of the people that I talk to. For one, I talk really fast, I speak a good story, and I can tell you all about Norjack, FBI case. I can tell you about the Zodiac. I can tell you about other things. I can tell you about the Kennedy assassination. And I can tell you that the Kennedy assassination is absolutely connected to this. Johnson's had a dirty bookstore in Port Angeles, Washington. And then you got the bookstore in Dallas, Texas, and the parallels is right there. The Zodiac, this whole thing is a big plot. This thing has always been a big plot, and that's what it is, and the evidence is there. And that's Lena over there giggling, and I love her. I love Lena, and you know what? Hey, I just can't help it. She's in her panties right here. There's nothing wrong with a woman in panties, making sense to me. On the Sabbath on a Saturday, hey, I'm a lonely man, and if it makes my Shariah woman jealous and whatever, that I'm not even paying attention to her, and I'm parked right here, and well, whatever she does, she does. I'll catch up with her maybe next time. You know, I mean, if you leave them alone, there's possible they will come home, but if you cheap and chasing them and stuff men like that, there's goddamn no chance. You might as well go out and get some pussy somewhere else and just say when she comes home to service you and stuff, say, well, where have you been? She'll say, boy, you have grown up. You've done a lot since you. He says, yeah, I picked up some couple's girlfriends, and I do a lot better now. Now, would you like to have a relationship now, or is this over? What's the deal? What is on your mind? Because you're kind of in my time zone now. And that's where I'm at with people, and that's what I do. And Pepsi, the Shariah dog, has been recovered. And I must say that Norjack and Pepsi has been inseparable since they've been home together. And maybe we should get Pepsi and Norjack some condoms here, maybe. I don't know, because if we don't, you never know, they might have a little junior. You know, you just never know. So, you know, everybody should have rights. Even dogs should have rights to be put out of their misery, like Old Yeller when they're foaming at the mouth and stuff. That's what they should do. And anyway, have a great day. It's Memorial Day weekend. Remember, when you're looking at those cemetery stones out there, that could be you in the cemetery. And thank God that you're alive, and thank God that you've seen the Son of God come into your life today. And by the way, tell your friends and stuff, this is the real deal. You know what? If you guys don't believe me and stuff, you can come down and test me. And like the Bible, it would be better for Donald Trump to have a millstone chained wrapped around his neck and thrown into the bottom of the sea. He'll wish that he had never been born, and he's lying down before the kings of the world. And hey, you know what? I have salvation. Donald Trump got screwed. Donald Trump didn't get screwed. He got what he wanted. But I goddamn tell you, the Holy Father put me through everything that possibly could happen. You know, I seen Armageddon. I seen all these things. And I'll tell you what, if I was put under hypnosis and was refreshed and they taped it and everything like that, boy, I'll tell you what, it'd tell the fucking truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. I'm telling you everything that I can possibly recall that could possibly make sense to you. And I know that some things don't. I know that there's people that don't believe, and I say, I see and I believe, and I don't see and I still believe. And I'm telling you the things that Donald Trump can't say out of his head because it's out of the book is what I'm saying to you. And I am telling you the truth. And have a great, wonderful day, you know, and I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. And I got Lena here, and I've got my second place G-string finalist over here, and I'll tell you what, I get here with you